It would depend on the school, what it actually looks like, but what it should look like would be students who are happy, feel safe, have at least one adult that they've connected with, and enjoy being at school. Okay, it's critical to the needs of early adolescence because this is the #1 reason for most students coming to school. It's not about the math that they're excited to grow in, learning skills. It's not about the teacher. It's not even about the lunch. The first thing that beats out lunch is friendships and feeling a sense of belonging and having positive relationships.
Why is building relationships so important? You kind of touched on that.
Well, it is. It's important because it's such a time of wanting to sort of step away from parents and have friendships, peer relationships, but also needing the support of parents. If students don't feel that they have positive relationships, that they don't have a sense of belonging, it's very difficult to move into any academic work. They have to feel that they have somebody who is a friend, who cares about them, who's looking out for them, who's kind of got their back. That's what's really important in order to move on to the academics.
How does building relationships support personalized learning?
Stronger relationships makes you more open to taking some risks and looking at areas of a PLP that you may not have felt comfortable attempting, and so I can see it in that way. It just gives you such a better sense of self. You have more confidence, and I think in that way it can be valuable.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to build relationships in their classroom or like in teacher advisory?
So I think that it's really important to let students know that you're outside of being their teacher, you're also just a person. And one of the ways that I did do that is to create, in my room I had a bulletin board that just shared things about me. So it had a couple of favorite quotes, had pictures of musicians, had lots of pictures of former students, pictures of my children, our cat. And so they loved looking at it just because then they'd say, Mrs. Sullivan, do you water ski? Or, you know, what was your cat's name? So that way the students see me as a person outside of the classroom. And I think that that is one way that you can help build those relationships, and also greeting students at the door and letting them know that you are welcoming them into your classroom, being a good listener, being aware of what's going on in their life, so that if someone has been out, you might know that they've had an uncle who's in the hospital or that they have lost a pet, and just touching base with them about that. And so being responsive to their needs, but also having that personal connection with them that lets them know that you're someone who does really care about them.
Thank you. Do you have anything else that you'd want to add about it being important to build relationships?
Yeah, so the advisory program has had a lot of ups and downs over the years, and I have pretty much been teaching through all of them. And I know that I wrote this piece that was called Effective is Not Affective. And affective education, we don't use the term so much anymore, but it got a really bad rap for a period of time because that was touchy-feely. And so I wrote this piece about what it means to be, you can be an effective teacher with the E, but that affective piece is what really moves students forward in their development as an, from teenage up through adulthood. And so many changes are happening for them that if they can feel like they are, again, if they have a safe place to be, if they have a relationship with peers and others, then your affective education pays off in an effective way.